to another video. Still over at RS Race Prep Fabrication, and we're about to go on track day number 2. We're going to be out in this beautiful lightweight race machine plus a rear wheel drive Fiesta. So let's dive in, let's have a look around the two cars we're going to be racing around the track, and let's see what's involved in these two builds. Number 1 we're going to be driving today. This is an MNR Pulsar kind of, I want to say kit car, but more of a race car. This is a full space frame chassis, full fiberglass lightweight shell, and when I say lightweight, this weighs 440 kilograms. This is probably going to be the lightest car I have ever driven. And to put that into perspective, you will eventually see me drive the Fiat Cento with the bike engine. And that was around, off the top of my head, I think that was 650 kg. So to lose 200 kg and have around the same horsepower, this thing is going to handle and go around the track phenomenally. And again, what is always a fabulous job with the bike engines, which I think everyone loves, is that sequential feel on the gearbox where it's just bang, bang, bang through the gears. And this is no different. So they have this beautiful lever, which is on the dash, which is to go through the gears. And as you can see, the rev counter, this thing revs to the moon. They come basically in boxes, you build them yourself, you spec them yourself, the chassis, you can choose whatever engine you want. You can basically run with whatever kind of you think is how you want to run it, whether you want it lightweight with like a bike engine, or whether you want it to be, you know, maybe a Vauxhall engine, anything. You could probably adapt the chassis to choose that. But this thing runs the R1 engine. Would have guessed a decent R1 modern engine, 150, 160 horsepower. I could be way off. Even if you say it's 130 horsepower, at 440 kilograms, this thing is going to handle superbly and go fast. Everything's been built on this to be weight distributed, put in the right place. So they've put the fuel tank basically next to you, a decent sized battery, which again, you could go a little bit smaller to reduce it, to balance the weight out of the car to make it to go around the track as fast as possible. So now with the nose cone off, we can jump in and see the inner workings. As you can see, the R1 engine. Now, there's many ways that people make these work. Obviously, when we do like the rear engine or the front engine conversions, a lot of them are chain driven. This is prop shaft driven. So if you look down there, you can just see a UJ joint. So what they've done is where basically the gear for the gearbox chain would be, rather than have a chain and a sprocket, they've basically put an adapter plate on which goes to a prop shaft which runs to a Sierra Cosworth back axle. All tubular chassis mounted. The guys here bought this as a kit and finished it. So some of the welds are not the best, guys. Will it do the job? Yes, it will. What is beautiful about this, what I really like, is the push rod suspension setup on this thing. It has this massive long pivot point, which obviously pushes up and pushes on the shocker to make the shockers inbound. Again, this is sometimes used to move the weight from the outside to the inside, because obviously this area is not really used that much for much anyway. All custom knuckles, again, nice solid anti-roll bar. The radiator runs on down this in the inner wing, exhaust runs down the other side. Again, very, very designed to adjust the weight around this vehicle to make it handle. So if you had the radiator and a lot of water over the front nose, it might make the nose of front heavy. So they've put it on that side, which then contributes to the weight of the exhaust on the other side. Very clever little thinking. Let's look around here. Rather than the 205 on a track with whatever engine in, this has been a purpose-built sole race car, and I am super excited to have a go of it. So this is the Fiesta we're going out in today. Obviously, it is a rear-wheel drive with a 2-litre Pinto. I'm going to guess it's on I think it's on a 4-speed quafe box, English back axle, and obviously, as I've said, rear-wheel drive. Around 170 horsepower. Really, really nice build. This is more of, I think, a rally car than a track car, but today is basically to learn the cars, get the niggly problems done, get the little issues sorted out, and then get them so they can be basically finished off and up for sale. So let's get this off the trailer and let's get this on the track.
I can't see that. Clutch pedal?
None.
No, she disappeared on me. I also don't like it down here. Right, like whenever I went up the box. Okay,
Fiesta. First go, let's steal it out, see how we get on. unfortunately today, the little MNR kit car had issues. So the issues were, this is a new engine, and the original engine started pushing oil, and this thing is a new engine and it started to push oil again. So rather than risk it and blow the engine, we've decided to call it a day with this car. So that's day 2 done. We've had some ups and downs. We've had some really good times, some good track action in the Fiesta. We've had, unfortunately, some breakages with the MNR Pulsar track car. But all in all, to have a full track to ourselves, to be able to drive these cars, to get out and experience these cars, has been a joy. Because it's not often you can bump into kind of a race preparation team who literally go, listen, we're all going out, we've got 5 or 6 cars, come, drive them all, have some fun, tell us what you think. Because for me, these guys are going to start selling these cars. So they need little idiots like me to sit in the seats and tell them what's wrong or spin them, so they can basically find out for the next person who's going to purchase these things what they possibly have to change. So thank you, RS Race Prep and Fabrication, for the honour of coming over and being invited to Northern Ireland to come and drive all these cars and see their beautiful builds. So signing off, this has been definitely an adventure, and I'm looking forward to keeping touching with these guys and seeing what more builds come out of the workshop. So take care, and I'll see you all on the next video.